Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny. We recorded our first 3 episodes in one sitting, as you all saw, because of the outfits.
I changed mine at one point.
You did, and I stayed exactly the same. And now I've gone in the complete opposite direction of how I was previously.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm dressing in the vibe. This time I was like, baby.
Like, I'm dressing in my own vibe.
Welcome,
right now.
newbies. I'm a clown.
Sup, noobs?
Sup, noobs? This is the first time we're recording since having released the first couple of reactions.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Glad
So
you're
nice to
enjoying
see
them.
ya.
Yay! I'm so excited to be watching more of this because we just had Darcy proposing and Elizabeth being like, I'm sorry.
Darcy proposing by saying, against my will.
Yeah. Against my
will and better judgment, I'm in love with you.
You thought I would say yes when you told me you loved me against your better judgment. Like, what? All right.
Why would I say yes to that proposal?
What a dum-dum.
Listen, we know you've been in love with her the moment you laid eyes on her.
Yeah.
Against your better judgment. Tolerable. No, you little shit. It's such a classic, like, they're mean to you when they like you.
It was like, I think what it was is he feels like he shouldn't love her, and so he's trying to keep himself from loving her by behaving that way, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, I can't deny it anymore, so I guess we're just going to have to do this.
You don't have the right kind of money or status.
You don't have to do this.
And your family pisses me off, and yes, I told my friend to not marry your sister, which is wild.
Like, I think I could ever.
I was so hoping that he wasn't a part of that. Like, I was so hopeful. And then he just outright is like, yeah.
He's like, yeah,
I did that.
That was the right thing to do.
I can't wait for you to be wrong, Mr. Darcy. And then also continue to fall in love with you.
Yes, you're beginning to see the appeal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me a little slow burn. Give me the enemies to lovers.
This has happened. We're only halfway through now. So, like, all kinds of stuff can still happen.
There's literally 3 hours left.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Let's do it.
Sorry, I have to go to my Tumblr.
Yeah.
Write a blog.
I gotta go write my vlog.
In particular those relating to Mr. Wickham, but are wholly without foundation, and which I can only refute by laying before you
truth in the middle
with my family. Mr. Wickham was a very respectable man.
Give us that pose.
But by then George Wickham's habits were as dissolute as his manners were engaging.
Scandalous.
Wickham, why didn't you put the sock on the door like we talked about?
Mr. Wickham declined any interest in the church as a career, but requested and was granted the sum of £3,000 instead of the living.
Wow. Oh, I'll talk about it later.
I'm most exceedingly obliged.
Knew I had reason not to trust you.
Georgiana.
About a year ago, she was taken from school to Ramsgate.
Uh-oh.
She was persuaded to believe herself in love and to consent to an elopement. She was then but 15 years old.
Gross.
Yep.
Taking advantage of this situation.
He's like 25 or something.
Yeah. He didn't do this in good conscience in the slightest.
She acknowledged the whole plan to me at once. Mr. Wickham left the place immediately. Which was, of course, my sister's fortune of £30,000.
£30,000.
The secondary motive must have been to revenge himself on me. This, madam, is a faithful narrative of all my dealings with Mr. Wickham.
God, his hair. He's so beautiful.
No.
He's so beautiful.
Gosh.
I messed up when I looked up 10,000 in today's money. Because I did an American dumb thing and typed in 10,000 American dollars.
Oh, but 10,000
not
pounds a
it's
year.
Over $1 million. I messed up.
Makes more sense.
Oh, makes so much more sense. I was so shocked in the moment.
I
just
rich
did a dumb
by
American
today's
thing.
standards, not let alone. He stayed up all night writing.
Oof. There's a lot of pages in that.
Yep, a lot of pencil shavings.
Her outfits are just...
They're so good. I love the sleeves.
The sleeves, the poof.
Yes.
I've been walking the Grove some time in the hope of meeting you.
Stalker. I know that you walk
Do me the honor
around.
of reading this letter.
At least he knows
like that
when to, like... He's like, and you don't want to see me anymore, so
that's
I
okay.
will go. I will not overstay my welcome.
Yeah. And I also like that he wanted to hand it to her directly.
Yeah.
I know not under what form of falsehood Mr. Wickham imposed himself on you, but I hope you will acquit me of cruelty towards him, though objectionable was nothing in comparison with the total want of propriety so frequently betrayed by your mother, your younger sisters, and even occasionally your father.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Indeed, I hardly know how I shall bear the loss of Lady Catherine's company.
You feel it keenly.
He can't pick up on a damn thing.
No.
They were excessively sorry to go, but so they always are.
I've lived the longest, therefore you have to sit there and listen to me talk.
You are very dull this evening, Miss Elizabeth.
Honestly, I kind of want... Maybe I should be like Lady Catherine as I get older.
And just not,
Yes.
not care.
Just call people out. Talk however much I want.
To be going away yourself.
And indeed of the gracious
You
condescension.
will write to your mother and tell her you wish to stay a little longer. She
I
could certainly spare.
Will not.
If you will stay another month complete, it will be in my power
A
to
month?
take you as far as London myself in the barouche box.
Oh my. Everyone's like, whoa.
I'm quite put out.
But it is kind of her to offer all those things,
Yeah.
right? It's very interesting.
Whether or not her intention is...
You have seen for yourself now the happiness of our situation. Our intimacy.
Do you see what you missed out on?
Yeah.
Which few could boast. My dear Charlotte and I have but one mind and one way of thinking.
Yes, yes.
We seem to have been designed for each other.
And she's just like, yeah.
Designed for each other, yeah.
That's all right. I have a nice living and a nice house. I'm not a burden on my parents.
And
it will be fine.
tell him to go on walks. And spend as much time away as possible.
I'd like to go to Brighton, Lizzie. Indeed, I should not. Oh, she would. It's when she hears the news about a certain person we all know. Wickham is not to marry Mary King after all.
I wonder why she would have been taken
So
away.
Mary King is safe.
I shouldn't think he cared three straws about her.
I don't think he cares three straws.
Frequent little
Ooh.
thing.
Jeez.
Mr. Darcy proposed.
I love it. I'm immediately like, sister, I must tell you everything.
Absolutely.
I confess I cannot feel so much compassion for him. He has other feelings which will soon drive away any regard he felt for me. Do not blame me for refusing him.
Blame you? Oh, no. But I cannot believe Mr. Darcy would fabricate such a dreadful slander.
It's pretty...
Involving his own sister,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to do that.
Yeah, he would not say something that could ruin
His
her
sister.
reputation if other people found out, just willy-nilly, right?
Poor Mr. Wickham. There is such an expression of goodness in his countenance.
Yes, I'm afraid one has all the goodness and the other all the appearance of it.
Oh, isn't that just
Yikes.
how life goes sometimes?
Should our general acquaintance be informed of Wickham's true character?
Surely there can be no occasion to expose him so cruelly.
Mr. Darcy has not authorized me to make it public. Especially as regards his sister.
Exactly.
You just have to be like, hey, that guy kind of always, like, gave me the
the wrong vibes.
You know? Like,
I could always felt a little off.
I believe we should say nothing
people won't
about it at
believe. They
present.
already like, oh, Mr.
Yes,
Darcy
I
is that,
agree.
whatever.
Yeah.
And we should be removed from the regiment.
Oh, Lizzie, how can you say such a thing?
Very easily, Ma.
What would a whole camp full of soldiers do?
A whole camp full of soldiers.
A little sea bathing would set me up forever.
And yet I am
I'm vexed.
She has, like, the best wine.
I mean, she's got a mother. She
Yeah.
learned from the best.
I do believe he
He does.
was mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
I'm resolved to think of him no more.
He loves you.
Enough.
And it's just too bad that she can't write a
So
letter to him.
relatable.
It's just, like,
No.
not allowed. It's so stupid.
Truly, Lizzie, I promise I shall be well. I shall be perfectly content.
You deserve more than content. You deserve happiness. And love. And tall hats.
And tall hats at 10,000 a year.
5,000 a year.
Well,
Mr.
that's true.
Bingley.
That's very true. That's
Hang on
very
a
true.
second.
That's very true.
She will die of a broken heart, and then he'll be sorry for
She's
what he's
so
done.
dramatic.
So,
So dramatic.
Fucking A, that's hilarious.
You never will, so I'll tell
You
you.
never will.
Mrs. Forster has invited me as her particular friend to go with her to Brighton.
I may not be her particular friend, but I have just as much right to be asked as she has.
Ha 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 ha. But Papa won't stop me going. Not when I've been specially invited by the Colonel of the regiment to be his wife's particular companion.
Lydia will never be easy until she has exposed herself in some public place. And here is an opportunity for her to do so.
The very great disadvantage to us all, which must arise from Lydia's unguarded and imprudent manner.
Well, has she frightened away some of your love?
Yes, actually.
I have no injuries to resent.
None. That's why I'm almost crying.
Her character will be fixed as the most determined flirt that ever made herself and her family ridiculous, and that they will involve their sisters in their own disgrace.
Oof.
Lizzie, come here. I believe all will turn out well.
Oh, Will it? Ugh. Gross.
Blech.
I see you looking.
Thick as thieves. Lord knows what they find to talk about. But
She's also so
What do
young
you-
compared to him. Like, his
Yeah.
wife looks like she could be his daughter.
What ladies? What do they have to talk about?
Oh, boy.
Colonel Fitzwilliam was there with Mr. Darcy. Are you at all acquainted with the Colonel?
Oh,
Very gentleman
Yeah, how much truth and you can tell how much
How
lie.
do you like him?
But I think Mr. Darcy improves on closer acquaintance.
In
how
all,
so?
in all respects.
Has he acquired a touch of civility in his address?
I don't mean to imply that either his mind or his manners are changed for the better.
I just mean I got to know him better.
My knowing him better improved my opinion of him.
Like, I dislike him less. Do you catch my drift at all?
Yes, go.
But don't go to
I will
Lydia.
not wish you back again.
we shall miss you.
Oh, she looks so cute.
I know, I say the outfit, the hat, everything is...
Something tells me she might learn a lesson or two while she's
She
gone.
might, we'll see. Poor kitty. Oh!
Oh, sweet girl.
In a year or two, you'll have got over it tolerably well.
In a year or two.
Aunt and Uncle back again. Actually, my only thing is, I do feel like they have a lot of different dresses, and I don't know that they would actually own this many different dresses.
With their wealth.
Yeah. Like, I feel like even very wealthy people didn't have that many different dresses, but maybe I'm wrong.
Who knows? Not us. Tell us below.
To me, Derbyshire is the best of all counties.
I actually don't know where the Lake District is.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't have a damn clue.
To compare to the
Google
Paula's
Maps.
seen this. She's allowed to
peaks.
be distracted by this.
District
Look at how pretty that
England.
is. Jeez Louise.
At Lambton, a little town of no consequence to anyone except those fortunate enough to have lived in it.
I love that.
Then I shall not be happy till I have seen it.
Aww.
It is but 5 miles from Pemberley, and owes much of its prosperity to that great estate.
Yeah, put a sword in his hands.
Thank you, Baines. Good day.
Thank you, Baines. Good day. Ah, look at that shirt.
Near Liverpool area, if I'm not mistaken.
I shall conquer this.
Might be wrong.
I shall.
Oh, buddy.
I shall conquer this. I shall conquer my
can't.
emotions.
You love her.
By
You
falling
love
more in
her.
love with her. Oof, what a pretty rock.
Gorgeous.
I want to lay on it. I'd take a nap there.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
But the grounds are delightful.
It's
They
so
have some of the
interesting that, like,
finest woods in the
now
country.
we would be like, oh, we want to go see this old estate, and it's, like, open. You can, like,
You can
go
just
and
do
tour
it.
it. But they felt that way then, too.
My oldest brother is an undergardener there.
Is the family here for
All
the
these
summer?
meals in this episode make me hungry.
Nom nom.
Perhaps we might visit Pemberley after all.
The family won't be there, so we could go see.
Ah,
Why not?
'tis safe.
There.
I mean, Goodness gracious,
It's like
that's beautiful.
It's crazy.
How do you like the house, Lizzie?
It's stunning.
Very well. I don't think I've ever seen a place so happy.
Could have been yours, girl.
Pity then its owner should be such a proud and disagreeable man.
That's a great pity.
Perhaps the beauty of the house renders its owner a little less repulsive, Lizzie.
Maybe a little.
Perhaps. A very little.
Just a teensy little bit. Oh, yeah.
I know we've seen it before, but like I just
it's
love
stunning.
the ruffle on it.
Guilty. Guilty as charged. Love a good ruffle. That's why they put it in the intro.
Yeah, that's right.
They know what we want.
And this is just like a real house somewhere in England.
Like this just got built.
What a lovely room this is.
The only thing that could be said in this, you know, at a different period in history.
Charming.
What a lovely
And there's a
room.
fine prospect from that window down towards the lake.
A lake, you say?
Yes, my dear.
A lake, you say?
There is a lake here on
A
this
lake, you
property.
say.
Indeed. I don't know why you're acting like that about it.
All this I might have been mistress.
Yes, but we expect him here tomorrow, sir. He's coming with a large party of friends and Miss Georgiana, the handsomest young lady that ever was seen.
I love how much this
And
like
so
housekeeper like
accomplished.
Loves this?
loves this family. Yeah.
And gosh, how long has she been with them?
Yeah, probably
Her entire
Yeah.
life, I imagine.
Mr. Wickham. He's gone into the army now, but he's turned out very wild. Very wild indeed, I'm afraid.
But I've never seen the original.
Does this young lady know the master?
Yes, a little.
Oh, yeah, little.
And he is a handsome gentleman.
Yes, very handsome.
I'm sure I know none so handsome.
None so
Nor
handsome.
kind. I've never had a cross word from him in my life, and I've known him since he was 4 years old.
Wow.
His father was
She's been around a
sweet man.
long
He
time.
was, man.
Yeah.
The best landlord and the best master. Ask any of his tenants or his servants.
I love the aunt's like reaction to all these things.
It's like, whoa.
Now, if you will follow me, there's a finer, larger portrait of him in the gallery.
And more pictures? Yes, I will stalk his Instagram.
Yeah.
Perhaps we might have been deceived there.
That's not likely, is it?
Well, or maybe,
Well, maybe it is.
She's just like subtly
things
trying to be
are
like,
not as it
maybe we were wrong. Though, maybe we were wrong.
Back so soon? It's so tall! I want one.
Yeah.
I need a little dip. I'll be so pumped if it's this episode. You don't understand how badly I need this. You don't know the day I've had.
I mean, on any day we
On
need
any
it,
day
but
we need this.
especially today.
There.
This you would live here. That's wild.
That would be your home.
That's
Some of the year. Some of the year.
Some of
but
the
not
year.
every day.
my apartment is like as big as their bathroom.
Yeah, right? Like,
like I'm hot, I'm emotional.
I have to wear my collar up, choking me. I could never do that. I had a turtleneck on the other day, and by the end of the day, I was like, get it off of me.
So funny you talked about it. You're like, I have a hard time with turtlenecks.
Just like I just like have a,
can't do it.
It's a sensory thing, I guess.
I like a
on my
high
neck.
collar. His collar's down.
Like, he's relaxed.
He's loose.
So sweaty. Although, I don't know that lake looks like something I want to jump into.
Yeah, but sometimes when you just need a good hard reset.
That's true.
And also, it's
He's
all
like, I
you
must
really
get over
know,
this.
too. Like,
That's true. It's not like they have swimming pools
No.
in this, like, not in the way we have them.
Yeah,
now,
not
you
in
know?
this
It's like-
time. I love him all dressed down.
Yes, right.
But I will be keeping my tall hat.
Here he is, just in his underwear. Oh.
Mr. Darcy?
Miss Bennet.
She's like,
So, we have a strong family from home. We should never presume.
I returned a day early. Excuse me, your parents are in good health.
I didn't expect to see you. Oh, boy, you
Hi.
look good.
I'm glad to hear it.
His little wet curls.
Oh my gosh, I love him so much.
Well, I'm just arrived myself.
He's softened.
And your parents are in good health?
So much.
Sisters.
Yes. He just asked a second time about her parents' health.
Excuse me.
I should put some clothes on.
I should not be naked in front of you. Ooh, your breath got a little taken away.
Though perhaps a little less formally.
Please leave here at once.
Oh!
Nothing of consequence. He inquired after my parents and...
She's being dramatic like Lydia.
Go.
Quickly dressed. Oh. Your house is so big. How could you possibly find her?
How could you find her? Wow, you were quick.
Miss Bennett.
Ooh, that determination.
Please allow me to apologise for not receiving it properly just now. I hope you're not displeased with Pemberley.
No, not at all.
Then you approve of it.
Awkward back there.
Thank you very much.
But your good opinion is rarely bestowed and therefore more worth the earning.
Thank you.
Would you do me the honour of introducing me to your friends?
That's my aunt.
Mrs. Gardner is my aunt, Mr. Darcy. My sister Jane stayed at their house in Cheapside when she was lately in London.
Oh.
Acquaintance, madam. Delighted, sir. There was one very fine tree there, I remember.
On the green, by the smithy.
Mr. Gardner, do you care for fishing?
Indeed I do, sir.
If you have time, sir, you must come and fish in my trout stream. Or there are carp, tench, and pike in the lake here if you're
She's
bent
like,
on-
who the hell
Wait, you're
is
so
this?
personable?
But let us walk down now. Follow us to the lake, my man.
Gotta keep.
He's like, keep her here.
Okay, yeah, go meet us down there. Gotta take the carriage away so she can't get inside of it.
I can't imagine what has affected this transformation.
I can't. Can you not? Oh, I think the aunt.
I think Aunt knows what's going
Can you
on.
not? I think
How could you not?
Be like, oh, this
They
is...
just saw him like soaking wet in clothes, and he
rushed
quick
down.
changed.
Yes.
To catch them before. Walk with me.
I know.
You just want them to kiss.
I was going to say again, sir, how very unexpected your arrival was.
Thank goodness I made it.
More than anything.
Would you allow me to... Do I ask too much to introduce my sister to you?
I should be very happy to make her acquaintance.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm like, oh.
My heart, like
serotonin is flooding my body, honestly. Like,
it's the same feeling as when I look at a cat.
Yes.
Like when I look at our cats and I feel this like
Thank you.
overwhelming, wonderful pain. That aunt, Mrs. Gardner, is...
She's like, oh, okay, interesting. Ooh.
Oh, he put in so much... Ah! She looked back! She looked back. Do you understand what that means?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what an ending! Stop! Stop!
Oh, so
what
good.
an ending! I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
What an...
I just... yes!
My heart, my chest, it aches, it yearns. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, humans, you know, we're just so complicated.
Yeah.
There have always been liars and cheats and, you know, love and anger and misunderstandings and forgiveness.
Sometimes you make a bad first impression.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just do.
Absolutely.
And I find it really interesting that he is so at ease here. And I think it must be like he's in his home. He's in his
comfort.
place. Yeah, it's a place of comfort. He's able to just relax and be himself as opposed to in this new place.
Being on guard.
Meeting new people where everyone's looking at them because they're rich and city.
Social standard.
And, you know, like...
And these...
that's going to put him ill at ease. And that came out in his demeanor, and it made him look very bad.
Very bad. I knew I was right not to trust Mr. Wickham. get that guy out of here.
You were pretty quickly like, I don't know.
I mean, listen.
I mean,
in a uniform, I was just like...
That's true. Also, though, you know, when we talk about this, we're like, oh, we should watch the thing because it has Mr. Darcy in it. We're not like, oh, because Mr. Wickham. You know, you're like,
No, I'm like, get out of here. You're a distraction. You are a false advertisement, sir.
The way he, like, looked at her when he, like, walked over to her at that, like, tea party or whatever.
So
I was
snaky,
like... He's like...
Oh, aren't you so happy to see me?
She's
and
like,
don't you know that I'm actually single now? Like,
oh, are you?
Are you?
I don't care.
Something tells me I may know why. And I loved the conversation of... I knew when he was like, oh, what, did Mr. Darcy do something to win you over? Do you say something kind? And it's like...
No, I just realized...
I actually just got to spend some more time around him and understand him a little bit better. It was actually... Nothing really changed in his demeanor. In that moment, there was so... Like he knew. He knew. He was like... What a grimy little... fuckboy. Like...
She's like, how can I get money?
How can I get money and sleaze around and...
someone with money.
Yeah. And...
Yeah, fuckboy is like a perfect description.
Yeah. And like...
the original... Mr. Wickham. Original
fuckboy. Because... And you're going to sit there and use your power as a man with some sort of, like, you know, a little bit of stature or whatever, like, to manipulate women. Young women.
He's not doing it with women who might be old enough to be able to see through him.
Which, that's a whole other conversation. And especially during this time, the disgrace that it brings to the woman, he does not get effect from that. Other than he's become a little wild, I'm afraid, is like how he gets referred to.
But if it's found out that a woman
disgraced
has slept with him,
disgraced,
that is it.
It's done for. Your name is done for. Anything you have under your hat is gone.
Unfortunately, the reputation of the other women in your
the whole family. It's not just, you screwed over this young girl. Oh, no, you've disgraced the entire name.
Family, yeah.
And now they are not going to be able to get by.
Yeah.
And that's just nasty.
Cad. An absolute cad. Blech. So.
What a gross man.
I love the aunt and uncle. I love that they're just like,
I know.
Let's go see this big fancy house. Gardner.
I was like, we just heard
the Gardners.
I really like her. I love the way she's so comfortable in herself and in her life. Like, the way she talked about her hometown. She was like, well, to others it's of no consequence. But
for me,
unless you lived there.
Yeah.
Unless you lived there and you understand. And it's like, that's very sweet. Like, I feel like some people might lose that.
Yeah.
You know, you get lost in the money and the trying to be something more and the reputation aspect of it. And you maybe want to hide these little pieces of yourself. Yeah. And she's like, no,
I like it.
I'm happy with it. But I do love her little knowing looks. It is very aunt-like behavior.
Yes.
You know?
She goes, I can't imagine why Mr. Darcy seems so different. She's like, oh, you can't?
Really?
Because I can't.
You can't understand why
he should pay particular attention to you, Lizzie.
The fast change from wet to dry clothes.
He's like running down the steps and like buckling and like
adjusting.
Gone yet?
Oh my god!
If oh my god! A minute later, they would have been gone.
Gone. And what are you gonna do?
Austen, run? Not letting that be the case.
Oh, thank
Got to move the story forward.
We have to. You can only dangle it in front of someone for something. Like, eventually you have to start giving them something. You gotta start leaving the treats. Yeah, you gotta.
For him to be like, someone really wants to meet you, and it's my sister.
It's my sister.
Would that be?
Is that okay? Would you be super okay? You would. Oh, thanks. Oh it's just so sweet. It's just seeing that like tough shell like cracked open. You know,
that's what is appealing about this character, right? Is that at first he seems so impenetrable, and then you slowly start to see the vulnerability.
Yeah. And his reasons behind it, you know? Like, why he comes off the way he does. And do I love some of the decisions he's made in the process of that? No.
He's not a perfect person.
Has he crossed lines? Yes. And I like that he said, like, he's very, like, I did do this thing. I know to you it's crossing a line. I stand by it.
I think I did the right thing.
But this is where I need to explain myself and give you my side of the story.
He doesn't try to go, no, I didn't do that. He owns up to what he did. He takes responsibility. That's integrity. And something, I'll just say this real quick. There's a lot of stuff on the internet, usually put forward by men, for men, talking about what women like in a man. And it's like, maybe listen to women about what they like in a man if you were a man hoping to attract a woman. And I tell you what, the reason you want to know why we love Mr. Darcy so much, it's because of getting through that shell, the softness, the vulnerability. A man showing his emotions to his partner is so attractive. And anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong.
And they're stuck with their own insecurities. That's all that comes up from.
You are not seen as weak by the person who loves you if you show them the soft side of yourself, the vulnerability, the emotion.
If you do that outside of that. Like, you know.
Like, your partner's not going to suddenly want to stop boning you because you cried in front of them. Absolutely not.
And if they did,
then they suck. When a person I love, like, cries in front of me, I'm like, actually, should we have... Oh. You were so emotionally open to me right now. Should we have sex?
Is it time?
Should we do it?
Listen.
Are you in the mood?
There's something but like, guilty is charged over here as well. You know?
Anyway, just me, from my perspective, speaking...
emotions and vulnerability are so hot.
Yes.
Communication, consent, all those things, so
it genuinely
fucking sexy. Yeah. It's so sexy. Yeah. And I say that and mean it with every ounce of my being. I think it's great. I like it.
And I think this is great, and I want to watch the next one. So I think you're great. So subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let us know how you're feeling about. Did the lake scene live up to the hype? I don't know, right? Like, let us know.
Attractive,
so hot
with his like white wet shirt,
wet t-shirt contest for real.
And putting it on a man, Jane Austen. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. What a lady.
If you'd like to support what we're doing, we'd love to see you over on our Patreon. Patreon.com/GallifreyGals. We get full-length reactions over there, access to our Discord community, and our higher tiers have fun bonus content, behind-the-scenes stuff. And the Patreon is why we're able to exist as a channel. So thank you so much to everyone who supports us there. Go check it out. Even if it's just one episode of something you'd like to see, you can
purchase that
get just the one episode. You don't have to commit to the whole monthly thing if that's not your jam. So go check it out. And thank you.
I started having the intro in my head. And I was like, I'll never be able to memorize what that is. But I do like jingling along to it during the opening. Hey, you want to see that? Patreon. Thanks for being here, everybody. Catch us next time as we... Oh, God, as I yearn for more.
We yearn for more.
I literally was melting in the seat.
I had, like...
melting.
For real, like, serotonin coursing through my body. So good.
Oh, my God.